Hi, Craig Castler here. Thanks for coming back. I'm going to continue on this little journey that we have trying to learn this money game. It's very interesting. This is where it all started for me. And I'm telling you that I introduced you in the last couple of videos about Robert Kiyosaki, the guy who started with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Well, Robert Kiyosaki is, he's just great. He's a good guy. Anyway, I've got a few books here, and then there's a few other books of his, and I just love him. He writes in general terms, and it's really easy to understand, especially if you don't know anything about it. It's a great place to start. As I told you last video, I believe, where we were talking about the cash flow quadrant, he also is very big on teaching, which is really what I love to do, open people's eyes and stuff like that. But he starts off even very young, rich kid, smart kid. This is for younger kids, like as soon as they start understanding a little bit about money. And then here's Rich Dad, Poor Dad for teens when they get a little bit older. He's very big into teaching our kids, so they learn it from the beginning, early on, instead of having to learn it on your own like most of us had to. He also, other than just books, he also has a game, or a series of games, I guess. This is called Cash Flow 101, and what this is it's Monopoly on steroids. It is fantastic. If you haven't ever played this game, you really need to. It's a critical game to play. I used to be a part of a group that we met every month and played this game for, every month we went through it. It takes about 3 hours to play it. Now that game right there cost about $300 if you buy it directly from his group. Now, he said, Robert Kiyosaki said, he could charge you $25 for it, but then it would end up like all your other games. I got games stacked up in the closet in here that we never played. You know what? I paid $300 for this game. Do you think I played it? Yeah. You think I played it more than once? Oh, yeah. I've probably played that 50 times. But the cool thing about it is, and also, just to expand on that, he also has the next one is Cash Flow 202. This gets more into stock market, options and trading and things of that nature. It's played on the same board as the original, but it has all sorts of different game cards and all that stuff. The neat thing about Cash Flow 101, by the way, I told you he is big on kids. He also has Cash Flow for Kids, a game that's really fun and entertaining, and they learn it very well. But anyway, on cash flow, the interesting thing is that it's really real life. You know, it's kind of like Monopoly. You have the different cards you have to draw, which is the same thing with Cash Flow 101. But it throws in real life situations like your refrigerator breaks and you have to spend $600 on a fridge, or your car breaks down and you have to pay a mechanic so many dollars. It's real life situations that really makes it very interesting. But it teaches you, and let's see if I can find a picture here. I don't know if I can or not. Nope, it's not on there. On the outside anyway. But what it has is in the middle of the board, it has this wheel that you're on, and it's called the rat race. We're all familiar with that. It's working paycheck to paycheck. And it doesn't, the game cards that you use, you choose an occupation but just by a drawing, and you could be a cab driver, or you could be a student, or you could be a doctor or an attorney. And it really teaches you that it really doesn't matter where you are in life. If you have the skills and the knowledge, you can get out of that rat race, and it shows you how to do it. But the interesting thing is, now when you were in school, how did you keep track of your progression. How'd you know how well you were doing? By the report card, right? Okay, I'm assuming that most of you who are watching this are out of school by now. But what tells you how you're progressing financially? Nothing. So we don't know where we are. Oh, well, take that back. You do have a credit report, right? Credit reports are just something that they use in our world. The people on that left side of that quadrant we learned about, it's for credit cards and to buy a car and even to buy a house. But as I told you in I think the first video, I used to sell aircraft financing. They did not go by a credit report. So you step into a different league when you're talking hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, or maybe even $1 million, where you're looking at getting finance for. It's a total different world. Then you use a financial statement. When's the last time you filled out a financial statement? Doesn't happen. I used to deal with them every day with my customers with aircraft financing. And the cool thing is in Cash Flow 101, your game card is a financial statement. That's how you keep track. It's really a cool deal. Okay, up here on the top part is your income statement, and then down the bottom is a balance sheet. And these things all have to equal out, and then you come up with your cash flow. So it teaches you how to manage your money. And once you figure this out, highly recommend do this at least once a year. A lot of people do them twice a year, but it's really interesting, and it's really the only way you can keep track of how you're doing once you're out of school, when those report cards stop. Thanks for joining me today. We'll continue on, and we're going to go over a little bit of this financial statement, how it works, and what cash flow is all about in the next video. Hope to see you there. Take care now.